After Thales, the next philosopher, ancient philosopher that we talked, pre-Socratic philosopher we talked about, was his student Anaximander. Anaximander, remember, we're still in talking about materialists. He's still a materialist, just like his teacher Thales was, and he's a monist. There's only one kind of thing in the universe, but what is it? It's kind of a strange thing. It's the unbounded, the indefinite, or the infinite. In Greek, the apeiron. This strange primordial mixture of the opposites, hot, cold, wet, dry, all the opposites put into your local blender. Sounds a little bit like the way they say life originated in the earth. Everything was swirling around. It was kind of a complete mixture, and somehow that brought forth life. So we think that's what the Anaximander has in mind. And now, according to him, the changing is accounted for because the opposites are at war. Now notice, again, you're not going to go impress your physics professor, your biology professor with this theory. Why is it significant? Well, it's really a significant development in at least two respects. First of all, and remember the song, Another One Bites the Dust? Thales bit the dust. Anaximander realizes that Thales' theory can explain a basic fact, the existence of the opposites. That is, if everything was wet and cold like water is, how did hot and dry ever happen? That is, wet and cold would have won out in this war and would have taken over everything. So he sees there's a problem with Thales' theory, and he has his answer to it is, no, whatever it is, it's the basic component has to have all of the opposites in them. So there's first of all, it's not like the mythological days. When somebody said Zeus did it, sent the lightning bolt down and hit some Greek guy, nobody came and said, no, that doesn't explain why the guy has these burn marks on or whatever else had happened. There was never anybody standing up saying, no, there's a different mythological explanation that we have that explains things better. Rather, with Anaximander, we get to the point that they understand that theories have to explain everything, and if there are certain phenomena they can't explain, it's a fundamental problem. And the next thing that was really significant about Anaximander's theory had to do with the apeiron. Did anybody ever get a glass of apeiron and bring it somewhere? No, right? Apeiron you don't see in the world. It's not among the elements sitting out there in the world. Rather, it's a theoretical entity. It's the equivalent of if somebody's asking you, well, remember we had a tide, a few weeks ago and there was some flooding as a result of it? What caused the tide? And you're going to explain, oh, gravity. Well, can you show me a gravity? You can't show a gravity, right? It is a theoretical entity that there's this force that attracts bodies. There's a natural attraction of bodies. But notice, it is a key part of modern science, modern explanation, to be able to propose or postulate that there are theoretical entities. That's exactly what Anaximander's theory does. It's postulating the existence of a theoretical entity, this primordial mixture of the opposites, the unbounded, the indefinite, the infinite, the apeiron, whatever it is. It's a theoretical entity intended to explain what the world is composed of.